My beloved child, if only you could see how long heaven's been waiting for you to open this. If your soul had lips, I'd kiss them right now just to keep you still and reading. You are not here by mistake. And no, this isn't just another random post to scroll past and forget. This one carries weight. If you ignore it, you will feel the shift in your life like a storm you can't outrun. I love how your soul listens, even when your mind is scared, even when people doubt you, laugh at you, or walk away. There has always been something magnetic about you, and heaven noticed someone eternal has been watching. And today, heaven is speaking louder than usual. Archangel Michael is here and his voice burns like fire. He says, "Enough, enough waiting, enough delay, enough pretending. You don't see the signs. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, powerful, and marked." If you feel that truth echoing in your spirit right now, type, "I am chosen," in the comments below. Claim it boldly, because heaven is waiting for your active agreement. This is your last flashing warning before what's coming either carries you higher or crushes everything around you. This is not a threat. This is mercy wrapped in fire. You were guided here for a reason. Heaven saw your timeline about to break open either in your favor or against you. This message is the line between the two. Close your eyes and breathe for a second. Feel that shaking in your chest. That's not fear. That's your soul recognizing divine intervention. There are spirits watching, not to scare you, but because they've been trying to protect you from something you can't see. And Archangel Michael, he's furious. He says, "I've been sending signs, dreams, warnings, but they keep ignoring them. This is the last one. If they skip this too, I won't beg again." Yes, those are his words direct from heaven's gates. He's not playing anymore. Your destiny isn't just in the future. It's already activated. But what you choose to do in the next hours will decide how it shows up. The truth. Your blessing is already released, already wrapped. But if you ignore this, Archangel Michael swore the door will shut again, maybe for years. Lean in now. God isn't speaking to your ears. He's whispering to your soul. And if you're still reading, you're meant to receive something that could change everything. Here's what heaven never wanted you to forget. When God grows silent, it's because he's preparing the loudest miracle of your life. And when Archangel Michael shouts, it means delay is over. If you ignore this now, you'll regret it later. If this hits your heart, don't let it fade. Subscribe and stay connected, not for numbers, but so these messages find you before the danger does. Trust me, you'll need them. Now here's what was revealed. Someone has been working in shadows against you, and they're not a stranger. They know your face, your past, your story. They tried to twist your blessing, delay your promise, and steal your joy. But they didn't know Archangel Michael carries your name in his book. The moment you open this, the curse cracked. This warning isn't to scare you, it's to wake you up. You were born to shift outcomes. You are the one in your bloodline chosen to break what others bowed to. You are the one who sees what others ignore. You are the one who hears God in chaos and still says, "I trust you." Right now, you are in your last window of choice. The test is this. Will you scroll past or finally stop long enough to grab what heaven is handing you? Archangel Michael isn't only angry, he's armed, sword in hand, standing by heaven's order, waiting for your yes. God is still holding back consequences just to give you one more chance to align. But that pause won't last long. What's coming? A reversal so sharp that everything they thought they delayed will suddenly rush in your favor. But only if you say yes now. Your next 7 days are sacred. Archangel Michael says, tell them this: if they don't open their spirit now, the next door will close and I won't be there to hold back what's coming. My patience has limits. Beloved, don't test a patient angel. When heaven goes silent after shouting, judgment has already started. Now listen closely. Archangel Michael hasn't stood this still for anyone else today. Right now, heaven is watching you with full focus, not because you're flawless, but because your soul is strong enough to carry this fire forward. But here's a hard truth. You've been delaying your own miracle, not because you're unworthy, but because you doubt what heaven already settled. You overthink, second-guess signs, let fear dress up as logic, and talk yourself out of divine timing. Before we continue, just a brief moment. Many of you have written to me, asking about the Bible I read from, the resources I lean on in prayer. Everything is linked in the description below. The large print Bible that opens the Word clearly and beautifully, and a guided ebook on the life and journey of Christ, written to draw you deeper into Him. These are not just products. These are tools I carry in my own walk with the Lord. Visit the shop through the link below, and if anything there brings you closer to Jesus, all glory to Him. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We read every word. Now, let us continue. Together, and even in those quiet moments where the weight feels heavier than usual, where your mind drifts toward worries you rarely speak aloud, heaven has already begun placing gentle structure around your next steps, guiding not just your spirit, but even the practical areas of your life where clarity is needed most. My beloved, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for relief, and heaven has heard you. That is why you are guided to this message today. You are not meant to walk this financial journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk it with faith, clarity, and daily direction to support you. A gentle 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system has been prepared for you inside. You will be guided step by step through daily prayers, simple money actions, and peaceful structure for your finances. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful steps that begin to shift your path forward. If your heart is feeling called, if you are ready to release financial stress, if you are ready to move with both faith and wisdom, you can begin today. The link is waiting for you in the description. Take the step when you feel ready. I am guiding you forward, and as you step forward in even the smallest act of obedience, something begins to unlock. Not just spiritually, but in every area where pressure once lived, because heaven never separates your faith from your provision. It aligns them together in perfect timing. The mercy clock is running out. Archangel Michael says, if they doubt again, they delay not just themselves, but everyone tied to their calling. Your yes doesn't just unlock your blessing, it unlocks generations after you. It silences enemies not with violence, but with undeniable favor. Your yes is the weapon, but only if it's given now. Do you know why Archangel Michael flashes warnings again and again? Because someone is actively praying against your future. They've spoken curses with your name, but they forgot light doesn't ask darkness for permission. The truth is simple. Heaven has already decided. Your life has already been signed in divine ink. What was meant to stop you will become your platform. What they buried will bloom, and what they whispered in secret will be undone in public. This is the moment your story bends. This is the moment heaven flips the script. Don't let this divine window pass you by. Type, "Heaven flips my script," in the comments to declare that every plot formed against you is officially overturned. And if you're still here, it means your soul said yes. Stay awake. Stay connected. Don't drift away again. Because this wasn't just a message, it was a rescue. And if this word reached the deepest part of you, if it shook something sacred inside, it's because it was never random. It was designed for you, timed for you, sealed for you. Now protect what you've opened. Stay aligned. Stay awake. And if you feel led to go further, know this. Creating these messages takes time, prayer, and sacrifice. Every offering helps keep the flow alive and helps me continue sharing what heaven places here. You see, when heaven marks a date, it doesn't change because of human hesitation. The timeline is already active. The shift is already echoing in the spirit realm. But here's the truth most people miss. Miracles don't arrive wrapped like gifts. They arrive disguised as challenges, disguised as tests, disguised as moments that force your faith to speak louder than your fear. And that's why Archangel Michael is shouting now, because in the next hours, what looks like resistance may actually be your open gate. Don't be deceived by appearances. Trust what you feel stirring inside. That pulse in your chest, that heat in your skin, that voice whispering, "Pay attention." That's not nerves. Beloved, pause with me for just a moment. These messages you receive, they are not made by algorithm. They are made by hands, by hearts, by faith, and it is only possible because of people like you. If this ministry has blessed you, the link below is where you can sow a seed. Every gift, no matter how small, God sees it, God remembers it. Now, let us continue. That's alignment. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them this clearly. The next 48 hours are not random. They are sacred. They are the line in the sand. And once crossed, nothing will look the same." That's why heaven has pulled you here to this very second, reading these very words. It's not by chance. It's by divine appointment. You may think you stumbled here, but no. God says, "I brought you here so you wouldn't miss what's next." Now lean in closer. Because Archangel Michael revealed something even sharper. The person who spoke against you, the one who pretended to stand with you, will try to smile again soon. They will reach out, acting like nothing happened. That moment is not to be ignored. That moment is heaven exposing their hand. And your response will decide whether their schemes dissolve or multiply. If you step back in silence, trusting God to fight for you, Archangel Michael says, their own words will boomerang back, hitting them harder than they expected. But if you chase, argue, or beg for clarity, you will only feed their poison. That's why this warning matters so deeply. God says, "I don't need you to prove yourself. I will prove you. I don't need you to fight your battles. I have already won them." So breathe, beloved. Stop thinking you have to earn this. Stop thinking you have to convince anyone of your worth. The time for striving is over. The season of recognition has begun. But understand this, recognition is not comfortable. When the light of heaven shines, it exposes shadows around you. Some will be jealous. Some will be silent. Some will try to cling to you only to siphon your favor. Don't panic when this happens. It's not rejection, it's protection. Archangel Michael says, every subtraction is a preparation. Every removal is an answer to your hidden prayer. Let them go. Let heaven do its work. Now, Here's the part that made even my spirit tremble when I saw it. Archangel Michael showed a vision of a door heavy, locked, sealed. This door represented years of delay in your life, dreams you've been waiting on, prayers you've whispered when no one else could hear. And in the vision, Archangel Michael lifted his sword. The door didn't just open, it exploded into splinters. That's what's about to happen. If you are ready for locked doors to finally burst open in your life, type "My doors are open" in the comments below and let your faith speak before the visible miracle appears. The things you thought were denied were only delayed. The blessings you thought were lost were only preserved. And now they are rushing toward you with multiplied force. But there is a key condition. Heaven says, stay aligned, stay awake, stay connected. If you let distraction pull you back, if you let doubt silence your obedience, that door will remain closed until the appointed time comes again. And Archangel Michael made it clear. It could take years. You don't want to wait another cycle when the moment is already here. So what do you do now? You say yes, not just with words, but with actions. You commit to the path, even when it doesn't make sense. You obey the nudge, even when it feels risky. You trust the whisper, even when your logic says no. Because this isn't about logic, it's about alignment. And hear me in this. Alignment isn't just for you. Archangel Michael says your obedience carries the weight of generations. When you say yes now, you shift the bloodline. You rewrite history for your children, for their children, for everyone attached to your name. Do you see how serious this is? Do you see why heaven is pressing so hard? This isn't small, this is monumental. And let's be honest, you felt it, haven't you? That gnawing in your spirit that says something big is near. That sense that the waiting is over. That dreams you buried are being dug up again. That isn't wishful thinking. That's prophetic stirring. Your soul is picking up the sound of doors unlocking in the distance. But here's the warning. In the next 2 days, you will face a choice. It will come disguised. So don't expect fireworks. It may come as a simple invitation, an unexpected call, a sudden shift in your schedule. Pay attention. Don't dismiss it. Don't say, "Oh, this is nothing." Because heaven doesn't move in obvious ways. Heaven moves in hidden signs. And the ones who notice are the ones who inherit. Archangel Michael says, "Tell them they are the remnant. Tell them they are the chosen. Tell them they are the storm wrapped in grace." And storms don't apologize for their strength. So stop shrinking. Stop second-guessing. Stop apologizing for the fire in you. It was put there for a reason. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to shake, to rattle, to change the ground beneath your feet. Beloved, this is your time. The chains are breaking, the lies are crumbling, the waiting is ending. Don't waste another second wondering if you're worthy. You are. God already said so. And Archangel Michael is standing with sword raised, ready to cut down everything in your way. But you must decide. Will you obey or will you scroll? Will you receive or will you delay? Heaven is listening for your yes. And once you give it, the floodgates will not just trickle, they will roar. This is the turning point. This is the line that history will look back on and say, that's when it shifted. That's when it broke. That's when the miracle finally came, and it will be because you chose to open, to stay, to believe right here, right now. So stay in it. Don't disconnect. The fire has already started, and it will not stop until every part of your life reflects the glory written for you since the beginning. And because you obeyed, something has already shifted in your atmosphere. The resistance that felt like chains around your chest is cracking. The whispers that tried to convince you to quit are being silenced. Even now, angels are marking your house, your name, your future with fire that cannot be erased. Archangel Michael says, "What was delayed has no choice but to move. What was hidden will now be revealed. What was stolen is coming back multiplied." Do you feel that subtle lightness, almost like the air around you is different? That's not imagination. That's heaven confirming that your yes was heard. That decision you just made to stay, to read, to receive, just rewrote entire timelines. It closed one chapter and opened another. And while you may not see all the evidence yet, the spiritual contract has been signed. Archangel Michael is not just fighting for you. He's announcing you. He's placing your name into conversations, into visions, into the minds of people who hold influence over your next steps. Even as you sit here, someone you've never met is being nudged to think of you, to consider you, to make space for you. And when that call or opportunity comes, you will know it's not luck, it's alignment. But listen closely. This doesn't mean you can relax into old habits. No more doubting every sign. No more shrinking when you were meant to expand. Heaven has positioned you for divine acceleration. But acceleration requires focus. If you drift, the enemy will try again to pull you into confusion. This is why Archangel Michael is urging you, stay alert, stay aligned, stay ready. God says, I have already approved you. Stop waiting for human validation. The doors I open cannot be shut, but the doors you ignore may never open again. Walk boldly. Don't ask for permission to carry what I placed inside you. Now, let's go deeper into what Archangel Michael revealed. Over the next 7 days, patterns in your life are going to break. Watch closely. Someone who has been pretending to care will reveal their true intentions. Don't panic when it happens. That exposure is your protection. At the same time, someone who has been quiet will suddenly step forward with help, encouragement, or even a resource you didn't expect. That is your confirmation. In the next 48 hours, a shift in your atmosphere will be undeniable. You may feel an unusual calm, a burst of clarity, or even a moment where time feels like it pauses. That will be heaven signaling. The new path is open. Step into it without hesitation. If you obey, the next 90 days will not look like the last 9 years. That's how sharp the reversal will be. But Archangel Michael warns again, obedience is the key. You cannot half open and expect the full miracle. You cannot pray with doubt in your heart and expect mountains to move. He says, speak with authority, act with courage, walk with faith. That is how you unlock what has already been prepared. And here's something else you need to know. The enemy isn't afraid of your prayers when they are whispered in fear. He trembles when you declare them with conviction. That's why Archangel Michael gave you that phrase earlier. Keep speaking it, not just tonight, but every night until you feel the shift take root. Your words are not just sounds. They are keys unlocking gates in the unseen. Now let's talk about your heart. You've been carrying pain from betrayals, from losses, from things you can't explain to anyone. And heaven saw it. God says, I never wasted a single tear. Every cry you thought no one heard, I recorded. And now I turn that grief into glory. Receive that promise into your heart right now. Type grief to glory in the comments as a prophetic declaration that your season of weeping is over and your season of divine restoration has begun. This next season is not about punishment. It's about restoration. the kind of restoration that leaves even your enemies in awe. Archangel Michael adds, "They thought they buried you. They thought the darkness would smother your light, but seeds don't die in the dirt. They rise, they break through, and this soul will bloom in places no one expected." That's you, beloved. That's your story. And while you may still feel unsure, heaven isn't. Heaven has already written the ending. You will rise, you will glow, you will walk through doors no one thought you belonged in. And when you do, your very presence will shift atmospheres because people won't just see you. They will feel the fire that guarded you, the angels that carried you, the God who never let you go. But here's your responsibility. Protect this energy. Don't go back to people or habits that drained you. Don't explain your every move to those who never understood your calling. You don't need their approval anymore. Archangel Michael says, "The time for proving yourself is over. Now is the time to embody yourself." You are stepping into a season where your yes to God will speak louder than any sermon, where your glow will testify louder than your words, where your peace will silence the lies. This is the level you've been waiting for, and it's already here. So breathe, beloved. Let your spirit catch up to the reality that heaven has already shifted for you. Feel the weight of fear lifting. Feel the power of clarity settling. You are no longer wandering. You are aligned. You are covered. You are unstoppable. And when doubt tries to creep back in, remember this moment. Remember the fire in these words. Remember Archangel Michael's sword raised high. Remember God's whisper, "I chose you, I called you, I sealed you." From this day forward, nothing will ever be the same again. And every disappointment, every delayed opportunity, every whispered lie meant to shake your confidence. Archangel Michael says, "No more delay." Every seed planted in faith will now break through the soil. Every promise spoken over their life will find completion. The enemies who try to manipulate their timing will stand in awe as God turns their interference into evidence of favor. You feel it, don't you? That stirring in your chest, that heat behind your eyes. That's not anxiety, that's confirmation. That's heaven aligning every force, every unseen hand, every angel in formation, preparing to move on your behalf. This is your moment, the pivot point between the season that tried to define you and the season that will finally fulfill you. Now lean in, because this next part is crucial. The timelines Archangel Michael has been monitoring are about to converge. Every decision, every yes, every pause you've made in the past 3 days has built this exact window. And the window is opening now. Archangel Michael says, those who try to distract you, manipulate you, or discredit you are about to witness their own schemes collapse. They will wonder how your name, your favor, your blessing moved faster than their plotting. They will ask themselves, how did this happen? And the answer is simple. Heaven never lost focus on the one who refuses to lose faith. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is deliberate divine orchestration. There's more. Beloved, the first warning Archangel Michael gave you isn't just a caution. It's a gatekeeper. That person who's been betraying in silence, who smiled while using your words to mislead others, they cannot continue to influence your path if you obey. Your silence now is the sword. Your refusal to justify your light is the shield. Every time you engage unnecessarily with those who operate in shadows, you dilute your spiritual authority. But today, your obedience alone will cancel their plans. The second warning, the one about the spirit of envy watching your every move, isn't about paranoia. It's about protection. The envy is active, trying to infiltrate your blessing, trying to confuse those around you about your purpose. But Archangel Michael says the exposure is inevitable. The next 9 days will reveal the truth. Be ready when it happens. Breathe, witness, and do not respond from fear or anger. Let God's justice flow through you, not your emotions. The truth will speak for itself. And now the third warning, your own delay. This one is the heaviest. Archangel Michael says, the doors are already open, but they demand courage, faith, and obedience. No hesitation. No more waiting for signs. The choice you make in the next 3 days will dictate the next 3 months. Yes, fear will be present. Dear family, if this message found you today, it was not by chance. God directed your steps here. These videos bring us no income, no platform, no support, except yours. If you feel led, your seed of love keeps this light alive for thousands of chosen ones around the world. And there is a family waiting for you. Brothers and sisters who arrived broken, arrived searching, and found belonging. The link is in the description. Come home, beloved. You were always meant to find us. Confusion may arise. Comfort may be challenged. But every step you take in alignment with heaven will accelerate the miracle, clarity, and restoration that have been hovering just beyond reach. Your breakthrough isn't postponed because of imperfection. It's waiting on your yes. And if you hesitate again, Archangel Michael warns, heaven will step back and you will feel the weight of missed timing. But if you obey, Archangel Michael will release supernatural assistance that no one can remove, favor that no human can take, and momentum that will catapult your life into alignment with God's original plan. You've survived storms. You've endured betrayals and heartbreak. You've walked through nights of uncertainty and doubts no one else saw. But every tear, every prayer, every silent endurance has prepared this very moment. And now God is ready to move, not partially, not quietly, but in full revelation. Archangel Michael is standing over your life with authority, watching every enemy attempt to manipulate your future crumble. As light exposes their tactics, every delay they try to impose, every detour meant to distract, every whispered lie meant to break your faith, they are all undone. And they are undone because of your obedience, your vigilance, your willingness to stay present with this message. Heaven has been waiting for your yes. The blessing now isn't theoretical, it's activated. But understand this, activation demands participation. Archangel Michael says, do not skip this. Do not scroll past. Do not doubt what you already feel in your spirit. Your alignment unlocks the miracles already written for your life. Someone has been praying against your future. The enemy has tried to cloud your path with doubt, fear, and delay. But Archangel Michael and the angels have been holding back nothing. They've been moving behind the scenes to counteract every curse, every scheme, every spiritual trap. And now, because you are reading, because you are receiving, because you are obeying, heaven is going to move those forces into submission. Your breakthrough is imminent, but it will require your faith in action. The light of God can't fully flow if you remain hesitant. Your yes is the key, and a specific timeline. The next 48 hours are crucial. Within this time, divine interactions, opportunities, and confirmations are already aligned. Some will appear confusing at first: an unexpected call, an unplanned encounter, an interruption in plans. But Archangel Michael says these are markers, not distractions. They are indicators of heaven adjusting the realm to place favor, resources, and connections directly in your path. React with trust, not fear. Move with obedience, not hesitation. Speak the words God gives you in spirit, even if they feel small, even if the world cannot yet see the impact. Each word, each action aligned with this message is multiplying your favor exponentially. The ones trying to block your path, whether in the physical or spiritual, will soon be exposed. And when they are, you will see that every delay, every betrayal, every sneer or doubt cast your way was only evidence of God's protective hand. Archangel Michael has been clearing the space, canceling curses, shattering false agreements, and preparing the exact environment where your miracle will manifest fully. But the difference is now you participate actively. Heaven has prepared, but you must receive, you must act, you must align. Obedience is the bridge between what is promised and what manifests. And if you remain here reading, feeling and breathing this message fully, you are stepping onto that bridge. The shift will be visible, the restoration, the favor, the recognition, and the peace that has been delayed will arrive. Names you once feared, people who doubted, doors that remained closed, blessings that seemed distant, they will move. The enemy's interference will serve only as a marker of what is yours by divine right. And when it arrives, when the first ripple of this supernatural movement touches your life, you will finally understand how precise, meticulous, and relentless heaven has been in orchestrating your deliverance. This is the culmination of long obedience, enduring faith, and unwavering hope. You are entering a period where your yes meets heaven's power, and nothing in the realms above or below can alter that alignment. Heaven has waited, Archangel Michael has fought, and God has prepared every detail. The question now is simple. Will you continue to obey, receive, and step fully into what has already been written for you? Your alignment in this moment will ripple across timelines, affect generations, and activate blessings that have been pending since before you were born. The storms you endured, the betrayals you survived, and the silent prayers you whispered, they were not for nothing. Every challenge has positioned you for this exact release. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate the authority you carry simply by standing in this message. Speak it, live it, obey it, and watch the doors of heaven swing wide for you. Your breakthrough is breathing on the other side. The angels are not idle. Every step you take now, even the smallest choice, will echo in the heavens. Every word spoken, every alignment followed, every act of obedience will trigger movement that the human eye cannot yet see. This is why Archangel Michael has been relentless. He is not waiting for applause. He is not here for your validation. He is here for your release. The kind of release that makes chains fall off so quietly and so permanently that even the enemy wonders if it was ever there. Now, beloved, understand this. What's coming is not superficial. This is not about small wins or temporary relief. This is deep structural spiritual acceleration. It's the sort of movement that rearranges your surroundings, aligns the people who should be with you, and removes the ones who are holding back your destiny. But it requires your full participation. It requires acknowledging that your yes matters, that your obedience matters, that your presence in this sacred alignment matters. Archangel Michael says, do not dismiss the shaking. Do not ignore the pull in your chest. That is the fingerprint of heaven on your life. If you run from it, you run from the miracle. Every single trial, every moment of doubt, every night of feeling unseen, none of it was wasted. It was the preparation chamber for what you're about to enter. And now the atmosphere around you has shifted. You can feel it in your body, in the subtle awareness that time is moving differently. That energy is responding to your choices, and that the next 48 hours are a spiritual window you cannot afford to miss. There will be signs, repeated numbers, sudden clarity in dreams, unexpected messages from long-lost contacts, and doors opening that have been locked for years. Do not ignore them. These are confirmations. These are confirmations that Archangel Michael has been orchestrating behind the veil. He has been moving things in your favor while you slept, while you doubted, while you wondered if God was silent. Beloved, there's someone in your life right now whose spirit has been exposed in the last 72 hours. Their mask is slipping. Their hidden intentions are visible to heaven. Archangel Michael has already positioned the sword over the truth of what's being hidden. When you step fully into obedience, when you speak the activation phrase, the unveiling will begin. Lies will be broken. Hidden agendas will be exposed. Relationships that were toxic will lose their hold. Opportunities that were delayed will finally find your hands. Your joy, your peace, and your purpose will no longer be negotiable. Do you see how important your participation is? This is why God says, now is not the time to hesitate. Now is not the time to doubt. Now is the time to act. Even heaven itself waits on your motion. Even angels pause to see if your yes will match the momentum prepared for you. And the remarkable part, beloved, is that once you say yes fully, the force of heaven behind you becomes unstoppable. People who try to delay, you will wonder why everything suddenly aligns. Doors that were shut for decades will open with ease. Answers you prayed for will arrive in forms you never anticipated. And the miracle of it all is that it comes without struggle, without exhaustion, because heaven has already done the heavy lifting. But make no mistake, this alignment will only continue if your obedience is real, consistent, and immediate. Archangel Michael says, the next 21 days will be saturated with divine momentum. Your moves, your speech, your faith, your discipline, they will either accelerate the manifestation or give room for delay to creep back. Act now. Speak the phrase. Walk in integrity. Make the decisions you've been avoiding. Align fully with what God is showing you. You see, beloved, the spiritual realm doesn't negotiate with hesitation. It responds to decisive faith. It doesn't argue with doubt. It obeys the one who steps into their God-given authority. And you right now are being called into that authority. Expect disruption, not chaos, but a clearing. Some people in your life will react negatively, not because you've done anything wrong, but because their alignment is being forced to shift in accordance with heaven's will. Do not fear their reaction. Do not engage with it out of old habits. Stand firmly in your activation. The phrase you spoke will carry more weight than words you've ever uttered. Heaven itself is moving on your behalf. Doors will swing open, alignments will correct themselves, and the resistance that once seemed immovable will begin to crumble. And in these moments, Archangel Michael wants you to understand the depth of your calling. You were not born to live small. You were not born to survive in cycles of delay and frustration. You were born to shift atmospheres, to unlock doors that others could not, to carry the fire of heaven into spaces that have been dormant for too long. And this is the moment where that fire becomes visible, undeniable, and irreversible. Your obedience is the ignition. Beloved, just for a moment I want to be honest with you. These messages are not sponsored, not supported by any platform. They exist because of faithful hearts like yours. If this ministry has touched you, the link is waiting for you. Look in the description below this video or find it pinned in the first comment. God sees every seed. Now, let us continue. Your faith is the fuel, and Archangel Michael, standing with the sword raised, is the enforcer of divine acceleration. So, beloved, hear this with your whole spirit. The next actions you take, the decisions you make in alignment with this word, the obedience you demonstrate in the next 24 hours, these are not small steps. They are the markers of destiny. The windows are open. The spiritual currents are moving, and the chains that held back your joy, your purpose, and your blessings are breaking. Archangel Michael says, "Stand still if you must, but do not delay." Walk in this moment as if the fire of heaven is in your hands, because it is. And now, as you breathe, as you feel the atmosphere shift, know this: the person you were yesterday cannot stop the breakthroughs of today. The one who hesitated will not hinder the doors that God has unlocked for you. Your timeline is no longer waiting on anyone else. Your alignment is no longer optional, and every blessing, confirmation, and divine encounter prepared for you is moving toward your hands, toward your presence, toward the life you've been prepared to live. Beloved, this is not just encouragement. This is a summons. This is a spiritual turning point. You are on the edge of release, activation, and acceleration. Obedience now will echo for generations. Faith now will ignite miracles. And Archangel Michael, who has been steadfast and relentless, will not stop until every word spoken, every plan prepared, and every blessing promised is fully delivered into your hands. The shift is here. The alignment is real, and heaven itself is leaning in to see if your yes matches the plan. Your miracle is already moving. Your destiny is already marked, and your life in the next hours, days, and weeks will no longer resemble the past. Open fully. Speak the words, walk the steps, obey the call. Archangel Michael says, "I will not step in again to delay what is yours." The power is now in their hands, and heaven waits for their motion. And now, beloved, as you stand in this new vibration, understand this: the alignment you just entered is not temporary. This is not a fleeting moment that will fade in a few hours. Heaven has opened a door that will stay open as long as you walk forward in obedience. Every breath you take from this point on carries the weight of divine permission. Every decision you make will either accelerate the miracles being released or slow them down. Archangel Michael isn't just observing, he's orchestrating. He's repositioning every spirit, every angelic helper, every pathway that was blocked by doubt, fear, or delay. And the moment you follow through with the actions whispered to your soul, heaven will respond instantly. The atmosphere will tilt in your favor. The ground beneath your life will shift. And the chains that once kept you bound in cycles of frustration, delay, and unseen opposition will break so completely that even you will be amazed at the freedom available to you. Now remember, beloved, this is not about perfection. You are not required to have all the answers. You are not expected to move flawlessly. Before we continue, just a brief moment. Many of you have written to me, asking about the Bible I read from, the resources I lean on in prayer. Everything is linked in the description below. The large print Bible that opens the Word clearly and beautifully, and a guided ebook on the life and journey of Christ, written to draw you deeper into Him. These are not just products. These are tools I carry in my own walk with the Lord. Visit the shop through the link below. And if anything there brings you closer to Jesus, all glory to Him. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We read every word. Now, let us continue. Together you are required to move in faith. Faith does not wait for clarity. It steps boldly even when uncertainty whispers loudly. Archangel Michael said it clearly. The days ahead are loaded with opportunities that will feel confusing, overwhelming, or unexpected. But confusion is not a wall. It is a test of obedience. When the moment comes to act, you cannot hesitate. Hesitation will allow the enemy to reinsert doubt, distraction, and delay. Obedience is your power.